I have learned, my God, in whatsoever state I am, whatever cards I'm dealt with, I'm gonna play the cards that I'm dealt with. I'm gonna deal with the life that I have to live. I know both how to be abased. I know how to be broke. Ask me how I know, because I have learned. I have learned what buttermilk and cornbread tastes like. I have learned how to stretch pinto beans for 4 or 5 days. I both know how to be abased. I know how to abound. I know how to have some money. I know how to drive a Hummer. Drive it till the wheels fall off of it. Everywhere. Anybody learn? I've learned. You learn how to have something, and you learn how to go by the car lot because you know your credit won't go. I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both abound and to suffer need. I know how to have more than enough, and I know how to have not enough. But this is the key verse. I can do. Art can do. Put your name in there. Art can do all things. No, I'm not bragging on myself. All things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Somebody told me the other day, he said, preacher, you're going to be all right as soon as you eat that spinach. Friendship going to make a comeback. Yeah, preacher looked at me about a week ago. He said, yeah, I remember friendship in the heyday, and as soon as Pastor Wood eats some more spinach, y'all going to take off. That thing hit my spirit. I said, wait a minute. Brutus used to have fun beating up Popeye until he got some spinach. I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. I need somebody to say before you take your seat, yes, I can. Say it like that, yes, I can. You think I can? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. We are all in the school of life. I learned not to talk about nobody because their trial might be your trial tomorrow. Their problem might be your problem tomorrow. You better take notes on somebody else's dilemma because their dilemma might be your dilemma. You might be calling them next week talking about, you should have seen me trying to call folk that lost their parents when my parents was gone. When you miss your mama and you can't call her up, what you do? Your mama's still breathing. I don't want to talk to you. What is it today that you need to accomplish? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. See Mother Williams back there running up and down the aisle, 80-something. I have not checked her ID card since she's been here, but I wish somebody would check her ID card. Have anybody seen Mother's ID card since she's been? She's driving around in that green car like she's 37 years old. Talking about I'm in my 80s. I don't know if I believe it. 89, come on now. Sister Bateman, when she turned around, could you go in there in her wallet and check? First, I want to know, 89 years old, if you really have a legal driver's license, first of all, because most folk 89 years old, I know, they can't even drive a wheelchair straight. So talk to me, somebody. My daddy was 84 and went and bought a brand new truck, and I said, can you even put your walker in the back of the truck that you just bought? Learn how to deal with the difficulties of your life, church. Because God allowed those difficulties to come into your life so you can learn how to deal with them. Yes, I can. Stop trying to squirm out of your issue. Stop trying to skip grades. It ain't no more social promotion. Back in the day, you just got big for the chair in kindergarten, eating up all the cookies and drinking up all the milk. So they said, oh, he's almost big as the teacher. The teacher's scared of him. So let's go on and move into the first grade. There's no more social promotion. You're going to have to learn how to deal, be faithful over a few things, then I make you ruler over many. If you can't make them $5 stretch, you ain't going to make no $100 bill stretch. Learn how to deal with the difficulties of your life. I have and am still learning how to deal with what walks through the door of my life. Now, can I ask a question? Is anybody in here dealing with something in your life that you never thought would come through your front door? You said, man, if I knew this was everybody that has a grown child know how to pray. Because either you done pray, Lord, touch my child, or Lord, don't let me kill my child. Have your child ever been walking up the walkway to your front door and you start thinking, should I act like I'm not home? Learn how to deal. Some things have come through our front door, through our telephone, through our mailbox, that we never imagined that we was going to have to deal with. I never thought every morning when I wake up, my first word was going to be ouch. Man, where's the Excedrin at? I ain't looking for no boiled egg. I'm looking for an Excedrin first. You take this Excedrin and lay here to this, to this pain. If I tell you, some of y'all, I don't like pain. Some of y'all, oh yeah, it hurt. I just get used to the pain. Nah. It's a miracle that I wasn't no drug addict. I'm trying to tell you because I do not like pain. When I think about God and how he can do anything and how much he loves me, I can only conclude that I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. And the Bible says no good thing will he withhold to them that walk upright. God's people was in a hopeless situation, bound up for over 400 years in enslaved in Egyptian bondage. Praying and crying and praying and crying and praying and crying out to God for help, but yet bound and still in a but God situation. Am I talking to anybody? You've been praying and you've been crying and you've been praying and looking and waiting for stuff to change. And look like while you're praying, it's even getting worse. He said, no help for the helpless. You ever look up and down the street, your car is the only one that went to church this morning, but everybody else looks like they living better than you. It's like, what is going on? If our neighbors if one of us have one more party, I mean, these folks be partying, and I'm talking about when I say they do it up, they be having the ballet Parker out there. They got the band, the mariachi band, 12 o'clock, shake the whole house shaking. Then it's the one next door, then it's the one across the street, then it's the one, and I'm like, if somebody throw one more party, and the Saints is the only one over here ain't partying. Help me, Lord. No help for the help. Slavery not only holds you physically, but slavery captivates you mentally. That slave owner don't even want you to think that you can overpower them. Yeah. The Israelites was bigger, stronger, there was more and mightier than them. They're more and the more they beat them, the more they multiplied and grew. They could have just wiped out Egypt, but mentally, their mind was enslaved to dominate, to bewitch. That's what that means. To make you believe you cannot escape. But today, I want the saints of God to know, yes, I can. Moses walking around in the desert, minding his own business, almost 80 years old. He done ran out of Egypt at the age of 40. And he's out in the desert for 40 more years, and he's walking, and the Bible says the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And God began to speak to him and say, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, the place of bondage, the fenced-in place, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. And I so often say God sees, God hears, and God knows. Because God been hearing them praying. God been seeing what they have been going through. God is familiar with them being slaves. You ain't got to worry about this God. No, yeah, he know. Is God hearing me? He hear you. Does God see? God see. But guess what? He wants you to learn. I have learned in whatsoever state. See, some of y'all shouldn't have married him until he learned how to pay his own bills first. You took him home before he learned how to pay his own bills. He was in mama's house with his feet hanging out of a twin-size bed when you said, I do. Now you're wondering why he can't do nothing because he never did nothing for his own self. He's looking at you like, let's figure this out. But you just should have found out he knew how to make a car note with his money. Come on, honey, let me teach you how to pay a car note. Sit down. Oh, you're in trouble. God is fully acquainted with what's going on with you. Why? Because he's all-knowing. He's omnipotent. He knows everything. But in my waiting time, it's never wasted time. See, while you're waiting, you're learning. See, they had to get sick of Egypt. And they didn't get too sick because they left. When they ran out of onions, they wanted to come back. Come on, we had leeks and onions in Egypt. You want to come back to slavery for an onion? See, if you get sick enough, I think I heard a preacher this morning say, if you get sick enough about your current situation, you will learn how to come out of that. When you get tired of burning up the dinner, you'll learn how to cook. When you get hungry enough, when you mess up enough $25 steaks, you'll learn how to cook them right. Deacon Mathis did the best thing in the world for me when he told me about that fryer and that air fryer and that ribeye steak. Oh my, I done probably had 35 of them since then. I ain't even put nothing else in the thing but a steak. My waiting time, your waiting time is not wasted time. God went on to inform Moses that the present meeting was to deliver his people out of the hand of the Egyptians. You want me to go back and deal with Pharaoh, who I've been running from, who I ran out of there? Wow. God said, I have plans of bringing them out. I'm going to bring my people out of bondage and take them into a wonderful, prepared place that's full of blessings. God has a place for you to be that's better than where you are. How you know, preacher? Because the Bible says your latter day shall be greater than your former day. But guess what? There is some preparation. You got to learn some stuff first. Okay? You wonder why Thelma and J.J. Nim never moved next door to George Jefferson? Because they never learned what he knew. First, they had to change their theme music. They were singing the blues in the theme music. But when we got over there with George Jefferson, well, we're moving on up, moving on up. Come on. You sitting there singing the blues at your house every day. My baby done left me. The dog ate the cat ate the goldfish, and I don't know what to do. I got the and then you wonder why you ain't praising God. Somebody say a better place, a prepared place. God went on to tell Moses that he was about to send him to Pharaoh and order Pharaoh to let the people of God go. And what was Moses' response? Moses said, listen, I appreciate you, God. You know, you burning in that bush and the bush ain't being consumed, and you done had this meeting up on this mountain with me, and I appreciate it. I recognize it's you, Lord. He said, but listen, you try to get me to go down there. He said, first of all, when I get down there, I need to know one thing. Who am I? Who am I to go down there and try to tell him what to do? Who am I? I know who Pharaoh is. He ain't playing. See, some of y'all scared to talk to the devil, but you need to know who you are. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in. He said, who am I to be ordering Pharaoh to do anything? Never look at your difficulty as if it has more power or authority than the God you serve. It ain't about you and your dilemma. It's about your God and your dilemma. It's about your God and your sickness. It's about God and your lack. It's about God and your trouble. Not you. Take you out of the equation. I can do all things through Christ, not without him. Look at the giant problem today and say, yes, I can. I can pay these bills off. Yes, I can. I can get these bills caught up. Yes, I can. I can come out of depression. I can come out of this sick. I can deal with whatever knocks on the door. Yes, I can. Nothing's going to come in this house bigger than God. Yes, I can. I can do all things through Christ that gives me strength. So what was God's response when he said, who am I? He says, certainly I will be with thee. Certainly. Come on, Moses. Come on, man. I wouldn't send you in there by yourself with a stick. He says, certainly I will be with you. And I want to let somebody here know today, when you walk out of the door of this church, certainly the Lord's going to walk out with you. When you walk into your next dilemma, certainly the Lord is going to walk into your dilemma with you. When you go on your next doctor's appointment, certainly the Lord is going to walk in there with you. We need never to forget the promises of God in the face of opposition. I'm never alone. You're never alone. God is with you. Yes, we can, because God is with us to see that we succeed in whatever circumstance. Paul says, not that I speak in respect of one. For I have learned. So that's what that thing keeps bothering you for. That's why you keep waking up, see it sitting on the dresser, sitting on top of the side table, because God is allowing that thing to learn you something. See, you're intimidated by it today, but tomorrow you're going to learn how to not be intimidated by it no more. See, the bully kept messing with me until I learned that he was really scared of me. See, I just didn't want to fight, and he did. So when I went back around and beat on his front door and said, let's just go ahead and get it over with. Now he won't open the door. Now he's scared. But I had to learn he wasn't all that. You let that thing torment you, but your God is bigger than that thing. So God is waiting on you to learn how to take authority. I don't fear from waiting or wanting at all, because my God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. You get the bill of human nature. The bill succeeds your resources. Human mind want to worry, but God has unlimited resources. So God is not tripping over that bill being bigger than your resources. Oh yeah, I came to church one day. We was having good old church. We was having good old, like one of the long services. And the night before, I went outside, cut the grass, did the flower beds, did all kind of stuff. Went to church that morning, came back from church, neighbor knocking on the door, I opened the door. She says, Art, we don't normally knock on one of the door. First time she ever knocked on my door, I never knocked on her door. She said, but I just wanted you to know that water's been coming out of your backyard all the way down the street since yesterday. I had to call the water company and say, it's going to be an increase in my bill, and I just want to know, can I make some payment arrangements? Getting ready for it. But guess what? Haven't went a day without water yet. That was several years ago, but first the human nature was, oh my God, I'm gonna get a $1,500 water bill, and I'm gonna be going down to the corner somewhere, getting bottles of water, flushing toilets. But I had to learn what happened. It was self-inflicted, so you better believe I know how to turn the water off now. Paul said, I had to learn how to be content, self-complacent, satisfied. Get in the easy chair, kick back. I had to learn how to deal with things in the spirit and not in the carnal. Not to fall apart at the very sight of trouble. I had to learn. You get tired of your blood pressure going up, you'll learn. When you get tired of giving people pieces of your mind, you ain't got that many more pieces left. You ever just wanted to just go off, but you just didn't have the energy no more? You didn't have one birthday. You know, keep having birthdays. You get to the place where they say, oh, he used to just nut up, but now he's just sitting there. It ain't that I don't want to, it's just that I don't have the strength to even. I'm getting tired thinking about what I want to do, so let me just sit here. You try to start a verbal fight that you can't even win. So you just learn how to just sit there. You just don't even say nothing. Because I've learned. And why did I have to wait to get this old to learn? If I would have learned 15 years earlier, maybe I'd still have some hair in some places that I don't have now. Whatever I need today, God will supply it. How many lessons have life taught us? Hardships and suffering are great teachers. I said hardships and suffering. If you keep marrying the same person, you're husband number 5. And he's just like number 1. And number 1 is just like number 2. And number 2 is just, why you just keep marrying the same person? Who's the common denominator? It's quiet up in here. He had been in prisons, Paul. He had been shipwrecked. He had been beat. He had been left deserted. He had been in lack, in dangers in the city, dangers in prison. He said, Dad, Paul had been through so much stuff. He said, I have learned in whatever state, if I'm in prison, I learned how to deal with it. If I'm in a shipwreck, I learn how to deal with it. If I don't have no food to eat and I'm starving, I learn how to deal with that. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Pull out your wallet and you can't even get a meal at McDonald's. I learned how to deal with it. Huh? I went to Dorina Schnitzel several months ago, said, I want the 5 for $5. You know, they had the 5 for $5. 5 chili dogs for $5. 5 hot dogs for $5. 5 corn dogs for $5. Give me the 5 for $5. They just said, we ain't got no 5 for $5 no more. I said, okay, well, give me 3 chili dogs. I'm thinking maybe 3 for $5. I got up there, she said $7.97. I said, well, wait, hold up. I could have went and got a pack of weenies and a loaf of bread and went home and ate until I was on the floor passed out from hot dogs. Come on. But I had to learn. Don't go there asking for no 5 for $5 no more. At this point, he knew how to live with almost nothing and how to live with plenty. Some folks, that's what I understand. Some folks, they're on top of the house, on top of the, they just living in the lap and they change. And they start looking down their nose at everybody, talking crazy to people because they got 2 nickels to rub together. You better keep living. Because life got seasons. Some of us remember when we can write a check and we didn't even have to balance our checkbook. How much you need? Oh, yeah. Now we sit there talking about that. It's $2.35. $2.35. Take away 3. Take away $4. Okay, I got $6.87. How much is it? See, some of us remember them days. You remember them days that you picking up stuff in the grocery store. You talking about, okay, $3.33 for bring 2 for, let's see, that's 25. Yeah, there you go. You sitting at the, you ever been at the check stand talking about, oh, I don't really need this. You can take this back. I don't really need that. Anybody? Oh, just me, huh? Just me? Oh, I just need 1 roll of toilet paper right now. Okay. Okay. See, them kids, Octavia don't know nothing about none of that. Getting on the bus talking about, do I have enough? Ride the bus. But I have learned. I got some pennies somewhere in the house. I got some dollar bills somewhere in the house. I got some hid away. I got some stuff. If I got to get to $100, I can find. Come on, truck. You know, if I just get to that house, I got $100 somewhere in here. It may be under a mattress or under an old shoe or in the backyard in a can or something. I can feed myself today. I have learned how to be content. Patience develops a Christian. It's mandatory. In your patience possession your soul, the ability to put up with hard times, trials, difficulty without ill feeling or complaint. I have learned how to be content. If you like me, I can deal with it. If you don't like me, I can deal with it too. You ever learn how to leave certain people alone? If they walk out, I've learned how to deal with it. If they stay, I learned how to deal with it. If the check come in the mail, I learned how to deal with it. If the check didn't hit on time, I know how to deal with that too. The sooner we learn how to deal with the ups and downs of life, the sooner our Moses will walk through the door and deliver us. Oh, Moses is going to come and he's going to take you to the promised land, but he's waiting for you to learn how to deal with where you are. Can you shout broke? Israel was delivered or free before the Red Sea. Before God even sent Moses, when God made his mind up that they was going to be delivered, they was delivered. They just had to go through the process. So somebody here today, you just going through the process, that's all. God had already made the way. God had already fixed it. You done already survived it. You just ain't found out yet. And so your spirit needs to find out today, yes, I can. Because the doctor that took a picture and he done went out the room, and whatever he come back with, I'm going to learn how to deal with it. By his stripes, you're already healed. That's what the Bible said, past tense. You just need to walk it out. The breakthrough is yours. The blessing is yours. You just need to walk it out. What you are currently doing is learning how to be content. Who's going to call your phone and mess with your spirit today? You ever been having a good day, and then after one conversation, you ain't having a good day no more? You haven't learned how to quit giving people your good day. And guess what? People are going to keep on messing up your good day until you learn that one conversation ain't going to mess up your good day. I have never seen co-pastor say, I'm so upset, I'm not going to drink no coffee today. Right, Tavy? She's going to get her some Starbucks or some coffee or some. I'm just so mad at you, Art. I'm not going to drink no more coffee. She'll come and sit right next to the couch, right next to me with her coffee cup. And they go get another one after that. Because she has learned that you ain't going to mess up my coffee drinking. So we're going to have to learn how to be yourself, who God made you to be, in spite of what comes through the door tomorrow. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard? Some of y'all know where it is in the Bible. That the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, he doesn't faint, he fainteth not. Neither is he weary. That's Isaiah 40:28-31. There is no searching of his understanding. God ain't going to faint. God ain't trying to figure nothing out. He already knows. He ain't going to run out of energy. Watch this. And you know what else God said? God does, Isaiah said, he giveth power to the faint. When you're about to faint, God's going to give you some power. Because I have learned that I'm not the source of my power. You go in that prayer closet and come out. You have some power. You get in that Bible and come out. You call the right saint of God, woman of God, man of God. You'll come out with some power. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increases your strength. I have learned. You better learn how to get to God. Did you hear me? You better learn how to get to God. Anybody know how to get to him? Where is he at? He's in the prayer closet. How to commune, how to conversate. See? When Mama was here, I knew how to get to her house. Oh, Mama. Be outside and they hit you in the head with a rock. Mama! Y'all knew how to. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait, see, I've learned. Wait on God. Why he keep them in bondage for all them hundreds of years? Because he was learning them something. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You're going to get some more strength on top of that strength, on top of that strength. Because I'm waiting on God. I went to bed about to give up, but I'm waiting on God. And I wake up tomorrow, guess what? Ooh, I got some more strength today that I didn't have yesterday. I was out of strength. You ever was out of strength and just fell in the bed? And then you got up the next morning and you're like, man, I feel better now. These days, I start going to bed before the sun go down. Am I talking to anybody? Oh, yeah, a whole bunch of days I'm in the bed. The sun's still up. That used to be unheard of. I ain't going to bed till the sun almost getting ready to come back up. Now I'll wake up talking about what time is it? Is it Monday or Tuesday? Look at 1 o'clock. Is it 1 o'clock in the afternoon or is it 1 o'clock a.m.? Y'all looking at me funny. Yeah, because life done knocked you in the bed at noon to 2 o'clock. Man, I can't take no I'm going to bed. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, and they shall run and not be weary, and you're going to walk and you're not going to faint. Faint means tired, fatigued, weariness, exhausted. I can't take no more. You got to get a David spirit. Y'all might be scared of the giant, but I'm not. See, everybody in the house can't be scared of what's getting ready to come in the mail. Am I right? How old were you before you figured it out that the food that didn't just appear in the refrigerator? Because whether we knew Mama was going to get it out, we didn't care. We didn't know the concept. We just knew cornflakes, milk, sugar every morning. That's, And when I get up in the morning, go in there, there's always some cornflakes in there. There's always some milk in there. And so what? It's none left after I get through. That's not none of my problem. I was up at 12 o'clock eating cereal bowls full of cereal. I'm sorry, salad bowls. Not cereal, some of y'all have those cereal bowls. No, I had salad bowls. When everybody sleeps, salad bowls of cornflakes with the salad spoon. They wake up in the morning, where's the milk? And I'm still back there asleep. But then when I start buying it my own self, I used to try to psych people out. Tavy in the house, okay, she like cornflakes too. Okay, so let me buy Cheerios now. Get her cornflakes, frosted flakes, and now I'm gonna get some Cheerios. Okay. So all the frosted flakes gone. Now all of a sudden, Cheerio boxes start disappearing. Who's in the Cheerios now? Artavia, did you eat the Cheerios? And she says, I thought it was community. She was up in my room. She know good as well there wasn't no community, but oh well, you just had to go to the store and get some more. It's not your problem, it's God's problem. The source of your strength is God's problem. He supplies my needs. If you're looking at what you can supply, that's why you can't sleep. Talk to me, somebody. That's why you're running out of answers. That's why you're running out of energy. That's why you don't know how to pray. But if you say, hey, God is my supplier. He is my all in all. He's my healer. He's my fixer. He's my mind regulator. He's my up. He's my out. He's my down. He's my way. He'll make a way in the middle of no way. He'll put a river in a desert if he has to. My God, at one point, I was running 7 miles a day. And I'd get on that treadmill, pump that thing up, put my praise music on, and it didn't matter if I had a cramp in my stomach, didn't matter if I had a cramp in my leg, I'm going to run my 7 miles. Mind over matter. Y'all hear Mama Ajiba messing with me. She wanted to know how many miles can you run now. I had to run through Home Depot yesterday, and I was like, man, how far is it to the cash register? But man, you put a gun on me now, I might not be able to run those 7 miles. But set your mind on your goal today and declare, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Come on, set your mind on your goal today and declare, yes, I can. At first, Moses asked, who am I? God says, certainly I will be with you. I'm closing. Moses went to Pharaoh with a stick. And the ever-present God. And came out with 3 million slaves. And when they came out, they did not come out empty-handed. They came out with the wealth of Egypt. They had gold and silver and rubies. Come on, because they had to build all that stuff out there in the desert. They had animals. They was offering sacrifices. All that stuff wasn't theirs. That stuff came out of Egypt. The Bible said they came with the wealth of Egypt. So when you come out of this particular lesson, you're not going to come out empty-handed, but you are learning. You're going to come out with what you have learned. You are learning day by day how to deal with the difficulties of life. I'm done. Let's stand to our feet. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall